Hi guys. Location change. It got a little loud in the other room for some reason. Um, so I am going to show you all several multiple choice questions, several clicker style questions, like we might have had in class, and these are related to what we've done in the last couple of videos, which is using the right hand rule to try to figure out the direction of force or magnetic field or something like that when we've got a charged particle moving in a magnetic field. So this first one says we've got a positively charged particle moving to the right in a constant magnetic field that is pointed into the screen. So what's the direction of the force? So y'all pause it and see if you can figure it out. So go ahead, pause. Okay, and the correct answer is up. So let's see if we can figure that out real quick. It says our positively charged particle is moving to the right, and our magnetic field is pointed into the screen. Okay, so into the screen. And if I think about the way that my fingers kind of have to curl, I've got my fingers pointed to the right, and then my fingers curl into the screen. And if that's going to happen, then I'm going to have what? I'm going to have an upwards force. All right. So that's the answer on that one. Okay, this next one says we've got a positively charged particle that's moving upwards um, in a constant magnetic field that is to the right. What's the direction of the force on the charge? So pause. Okay. And it looks like the correct answer is into the screen. So let's see if we can figure this one out. There's our positively charged particle moving upwards. And it says the magnetic field now is to the right. Okay, so to the right. So if I think about what's going on then, let's see, if I've got my positively charged particle moving upwards and the magnetic field is to the right, now my thumb is pointing basically into the screen in order to do that. Okay, so me sitting here doing this, my thumb is pointed away from myself, which I think this might get flipped with the camera and it's all weird and confusing for me and probably weird and confusing for y'all as well. But hopefully you're sitting here staring at this, putting your fingers upwards, and then your fingers are curling to the right, and now your thumb is pointing at the screen. All right, on this one, it says we've got a positively charged particle moving upwards in a constant magnetic field. It says the force that the magnetic field exerts on the charge is to the left, and we're asked what the direction of the magnetic field is this time. So this time we're trying to figure out the direction of the magnetic field. So pause. And what do we end up with? We ended up with that this is into the screen. Let's see if we can figure this one out. Our positively charged particle is moving upwards, and it says the force is to the left. All right. So in order for that to happen, I think about that force being to the left, and the velocity is upwards. So in order for this to happen, um, if I'm sitting here and I'm staring at this, and I'm a student, I'm watching this on YouTube, then hopefully my hand is kind of facing away from me. And then when I curl my hand, and we have to be using our right hand, it probably looks like I'm using my left in the screen. So uh, sorry. But anyway, if you hold your right hand up, you've got your fingers pointed up towards the top of the screen. Your thumb is pointed in the direction of the force. You'll see that your fingers are going to curl away from you. That the magnetic field has got to be into the screen in order to generate this result. So our magnetic field here is into the screen. All right, one more. It says a negatively charged particle is moving upward. It's in a constant magnetic field. The magnetic field is to the right. What's the direction of the force? Okay, so pause. All right, it says the force is out of the screen. So let's take a look at this one. It says my charged particle is moving upwards. It says the magnetic field now is to the right, like this. And it asked about the direction of the force. So if I'm sitting here and I'm using my right hand, this is my right hand, even though it looks like my left. If I'm using my right hand, it looks like V is upwards towards the top of the screen, and then I curled my fingers in the direction of B. It looks like my thumb actually points into the screen. So the right hand rule is telling me that the force is into the screen, but, and here this is a very large but it's a negatively charged particle. All right, if that's the case, if it's a negatively charged particle instead of a positively charged particle, then we have to exactly reverse the result of the right-hand rule. So upwards velocity, um, magnetic field to the right, my thumb is going to point into the screen if I'm sitting here as a student doing this. Okay, of course, into the screen, negative particle means out of the screen for the force. All right. I believe that's it. We'll see. Yes, that's it. Okay. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I'll do my best to clarify. And now I'll do my best to figure out how to stop this video. You'd think I'd know by now.